rolling up, Uber black Cadillac, high heel boots and a sexy body full of tats. Baby's bad, oh baby's hella bad. After her there ain't no coming back. Wanna take a run at that. I think she's feeling me, turn it up a few degrees. My imagination of her body gets the best of me. Oh gosh, she's such a tease, bitten lips, bruised knees. I'm addicted to her, need her touching me, cause she got a bad little waist. And we tearing down this place, off the liquor that we chase. Casamigos to the face, baby I don't need no space. Coming closer for a taste, and I'll show you how I make everything just fade away. Cause she's like sex, drugs, cocaine, body so insane. Jealous of the clothing that she wears up on that tight frame. All game, no shame, baby came here to play. I feel like an addict cause she's sex, drugs, cocaine. Got a fine little body and her mind's kinda naughty. They say that once you taste it, you cannot replace it. She could get you high, all the dopamine inside.
Hey guys, welcome back. And today we're playing some more Baldur's Gate 3. So last time I went to go stream, I decided to do some cleanup and went back to the Grim Forge and fought Grim. Basically, I beat him by throwing jars of water at him, which actually did a decent amount of damage. But turns out I forgot to switch over to my gameplay. So it was just stuck at the pre-stream, my intro page, so that was fun. So it was about an hour and a half-ish, so it really wasn't all too much. Did a few more things.
Greetings.
Oh, that's not what I meant to do. Goodbye, Lizelle. Alright, so yeah, we're gonna jump right into it. Hello.
One move ahead. Let's chew the fat.
This vessel is at thy disposal. Do what thou wilt. This soul awaits thy command.
My faith protects me.
To stand this close to her power. At least things have stayed interesting.
I wouldn't have if not for the lantern.
In her design to have coast. Even those once called monsters.
Blackest will be done.
Aye. I suppose.
No time to dally. No time to waste.
What to do?
side of the gate.
The Dreamscape.
This vessel is at thy disposal. Do what thou wilt. Thou art the...
Leave us all to her design. Your family will answer.
2 steps at a time.
What to do, what to do, what to do. Let's go back to you. Or let's totally forgot that I
I am not. But we've seen... what? 5 true souls sent for an audience?
And not a single one came back down from the tower top. Must have been unworthy.
It is impossible to keep a garment clean down here.
You'll find it all the harder once you're off on the march.
If you think... I'll get us out of here, Cal. Even if I need to kill every bastard in this hell's pit.
I know. And I'll be right alongside you if it comes to that.
We won't let them
There's
win.
something
Not
evil
now,
here.
not ever.
Below. Down. Down.
Breathe. I've got you.
Unless this evil can get us out of here, I don't want to hear about it.
Grave blood.
gonna hammer.
Repositioning.
So what is this? What did just...
Taste my fury.
Hey, Chris.
What's up?
I said hey.
Hello?
Can you hear me?
Yep. Can hear you. Just fine. It's just out making me realize that I was in a call.
There you go.
Something over there.
Just so.
What lies within?
First day of work tomorrow.
Gonna get you to check out your new office.
Yeah, I haven't been over there yet or anything. I gotta spend like a little bit of time during the day to get my desk and everything built.
Smells of blood, old and new.
The desk thing
This
shouldn't be
place
that
has
bad.
seen
It probably
death.
got delivered as a whole. I don't remember which one they ordered. The only thing I really cared about was
Right
the
beneath the
chair.
towers. A colony must be close. That
Chair
must
mattered a
be where
lot
the
to me.
tadpoles are coming from.
Yeah, it's funny because apparently I had been using like one of the conference room chairs for a while because the normal chairs were backordered. I actually got
I didn't even
used
know
to the
that.
thing. Yeah, they came like a month ago.
Oh,
2 months ago.
interesting.
Remembering my attacks.
I gotta make one dispatch to Weatherstream tomorrow to redo documentation because they moved offices and now everything is all different and they got all kinds of equipment since I was there 4 months ago. Very annoying.
Yeah, I remember. I think Ted was talking about it, how they just like told us like the day before their move that they were moving. They needed like a new firewall or something. We're like, okay.
Well, they told us the day before they moved, hey, we're moving. Do you think you could postpone your visit? Well, they didn't tell us the day before. They told us the day before I left to visit them. But the day before they moved, they did some other horse shit, like, I'm trying to remember exactly. Oh, yeah. They got a secondary internet connection, was what they told me. But what the reality really was, what the company got was just the same old circuit that they had, but the way Comcast works is that they just deploy like a new setup, essentially, right? They don't just transfer and let you use your old modem. So the people at Weatherstream were just under the impression that it was secondary and that's what they were paying for. They don't even know what they're paying. So it became this whole thing where I needed to like guide Matt through, or no, it wasn't even Matt. It was some other guy named Michael who they wanted to work on IT on site with. And it just did not, nothing worked out very well. There's a group of people that really are not organized.
Mm-hmm.
And Matt Alexander is the most organized of them all. And they want him to do the IT, but that came like quite a bit later than it needed to. It needed to be that right away. They originally had like 2 points of contact, Richard and Matt Alexander, and Matt was going to be the one for on-site stuff, and Richard was going to be the general point of contact. It all just ended up not working, so they gave it all to Matt, which is a lot better than what it was before, but it's still not amazing.
The excrement?
Because
not so
they have
much.
a ton of... Oh, shit, that's right. Ah! A bitch.
Yeah. I'm still annoyed about the whole duo thing.
Well, get over it.
Well, it's just like Ted literally had a chat with him like 2 hours before our meeting to work on these computers to get them set up, and it's just like, why are you demanding that I get duo on these devices when you guys literally had a conversation that it's not ready to go yet?
Well, it's ready to go. That's the issue, okay? So this is what nobody seems to understand. Not Ted, not Matt, not anyone on the fucking service desk. It is ready to go. People need to learn how to set it up, number one. Number two, as soon as the thing is ready, as soon as like the Windows application is ready, any Windows computer, you just put it on there. You just put it on there. If they're enrolled, great. If they're not enrolled, their account will just say their account's not enrolled, and they need to get their ass enrolled. That's all there is to it. I'm not having people do it. I'm not telling you guys that it's ready to go yet until I get them on an even playing field. Because if not everybody is enrolled in Azure, you guys are going to have the worst time of your lives.
Well, there's no application for Mac. Was the biggest
I
issue.
said PC.
Yeah, I know, but that's what I was...
It takes 2 seconds to set up a Mac application. I don't want to hear that.
I don't think we have
the...
We might. I don't know if we have the ability to create that.
I'm not sure.
That's one of the
But
annoying...
I don't want to hear from nobody about Duo. Duo, there's no documentation. Are you kidding me? They have the best documentation on the planet.
Yeah, they're really good. They're really good about that stuff, but I think it was more of there's no... This is one of the things
you
I
may
kinda
not have the rights.
Get annoyed with Mel about, is she's just like... So it's like, hey, Mel, there's no application for Mac. She's like, it's like, if it's not an IT glue, it's not built. But it's like, you're not understanding. I'm pretty sure there's supposed to be a specific thing in here for Mac, and there's only Windows. And then she goes and she checks IT glue. It's like, oh, yeah, it's not there. And I was like, okay, all right. So I sent a message to the engineers like, hey, we don't have a Mac application for WeatherStream and Duo. I'm trying to get it added to a Mac. Like, any help? And she's like, no, it's not documented in IT glue. I'm like, no. It's not built.
I love the excuse of it's not documented, so therefore I don't need to do it.
And I was like trying to tell her, it's like, I'm pretty sure I can get everything but the secret key. I think the secret key is the only one you can't get from the portal. But I was like, there were 2 keys.
You can get the secret from the portal. It's encrypted, but you can copy it and decrypt it when you copy it.
Okay, because there was one key, and then there's like an API thing.
API host name is going to be the same for every organization. Well, bleh. WeatherStream's API key will be the same across all of their applications. You bitch! There we go. For fuck's sake. Yes, but so that's the way that boils down. I get very irritated about there's no documentation for X thing. Okay, write it. It's not any one person's job to write the thing that you want to see written.
I thought I'd never see it again.
Like, it's not even a matter of like...
Thank you.
It's not even a matter of like, I can't figure this out. It needs to be documented by somebody who does know how to do it. It's a matter of like, you not knowing how to do your job is other people's responsibility.
bloody moonlight.
I went on a
will
little
come
bit of a
down on us.
tangent there. I get really pissed off when that becomes
We'll
the
move
excuse for
once it's
somebody
quiet.
not, like,
Until then,
being functional
be ready.
at their work. Like,
Action.
it's
Action.
it is
Quickly then.
unbelievably easy to figure some of this stuff out.
Boat's good to go. My plan for now is to hide out on the water.
Now there are documentation specific, like things that are very specific, like SOPs should all be documented in IT glue. I don't think they should be in
Through the
SharePoint.
dark, until time, skill, or
Yeah,
luck
it's
Like
kind of
Josh,
brings you to last.
Hold
What?
there.
I was gonna say it's kind of annoying how there's like multiple places where things are gonna be.
Yeah, things need to be moved out of SharePoint. Any like there should be things in
The
SharePoint,
absolute
like
what?
client onboard
What are you
documentation
doing?
for like that's not anything that we all worry about. Like the contract can be in SharePoint.
If not,
Run books can go to
now
SharePoint.
form a line.
I don't like them in IT glue because they are just a very large PDF file at the end of the day. They should need to be translated into IT glue. And they all exist. They all exist. I mean, there are places that we weren't given a run book, right? Like Giardina Brissette is one that we had to write all of that from scratch and still are because their IT guy died.
Ooh.
Yeah, so like anybody who says this isn't documented, why isn't this documented for Giardina Brissette can just go fuck themselves. It has been like curated immensely. If it's not documented, it hasn't been dealt with before. And if it's been dealt with before, it was clearly something that was easy enough for somebody to figure out and just resolve as if it was an incident. As you can tell, I'm very irritated about the document thing.
See if there's anything you need.
IT glue shouldn't be a repository of how do I do my job. It should be very specific information and like, client specific information, passwords. Like, I'm not going to write you a document on how to uninstall, such and such program. How to install like IQMS. Totally understand why that needs to be in there. But like,
yeah, I mean,
if I'm writing a document on how to install QuickBooks, I'm not the one with the problem.
well, like those types of things with QuickBooks, it's more of a central place to like an easy access to get like, okay, this is where the installer is, this is where their company file is. It's like this is like their licensing information. So it's good to have like that information. The problem is like when you have to like find it. So if it's not written down in a specific place, like, okay, all right, now I have to search for the stupid EXE. Okay, now I need to track down the product and the licensing information. Okay, and now where do they store their...
Yeah, that's not the stuff I'm talking about.
Okay.
That is what IT glue's purpose is. No, it's when it gets to how do I install this thing? That's like, do your job. And we have a bunch of clients now that have very little information that was given to us because they either didn't come from another MSP, or they weren't, or the MSP was not amicable in providing us the information we needed. Now, thankfully, the one that I'm doing on board for right now, Oceanside PCB, they have an excellent MSP that we're working with, who's providing us all kinds of things. I need to figure out where the run book is because they didn't give it to me yet, but that's me problem. That's my project.
That's why I'm like so pissed at what source. I guess Source Pass would be what they're called now, because it's like they'll give us a run book, but like half of the important information we need we can't access because they didn't give it to us.
Yes, and then they go, "Oh well, we don't give out IT glue imports." They can fuck themselves too.
It's just like, are you kidding me?
Take care now.
They're totally not amicable, and it's bordering on unprofessional.
Too dark to tell.
I think it's clearly in the unprofessional.
I bet they're close.
They're just so bad. Like, I still don't
What
think
I
we've
need from them...
figured out how to get Bark's iPhone stuff to work.
Nowhere's safe from this damned
What do you mean their
absolute.
iPhone stuff?
If you need something sharp,
I guess they have like an MDM for the iPhones.
Oh, sure.
But I guess it's still tied to one of the SourcePass's previous employees' cell phone numbers.
Oh, fantastic. And
Yeah.
I wonder who that might be. I don't remember who I was talking to. Oh, Joe Perro. So, you know, you used to work for CompuWorks back in the day, like 9-10 years ago. And he was telling me a story that nobody else had told me. Not Erica from Hillcrest, nobody. That Steve Heller, the guy who like handled a whole bunch of like the bigger networks like designs for some of these customers, died in Hillcrest server room.
Like, he just died? Wow.
Yep. That guy dropped in their server room.
Reminds me of a story they told us in training at Trusco. Apparently, some dude decided to rob one of their branches with a bunch of, like, gardening equipment.
Oh my god.
So, like, you know, like...
Okay.
Like, scythes and, like, big sharp metal things. And
Oh, sure.
he ended up, like, locking himself in the vault.
Oh.
So the cops obviously got called because, you know, there's a crazy dude with, you know, sharp objects.
The Grim Reaper is in our vault.
Pretty much, yeah. So I guess the guy got, you know, he freaked out and decided to kill himself. So he ended up just, like, slicing himself up with whatever equipment he had. And
Jesus
he just
Christ.
got blood everywhere. And there's, like, I guess, like, something in the blood reacted with either the paint or whatever they used to try to clean it off. And there's now, like, a ghost handprint on their vault.
Oh.
Yeah.
Like it just left a blood stain, like handprint, but it's not really blood. It's like the
whatever was in the paint reacted with his blood, or whatever they used to clean it reacted with the blood. But yeah, it like etched a handprint on the safe.
That is some freaky deaky shit. It's pretty fucking cool though.
I wonder if his spirit haunts the vault room to this day.
Maybe.
I'll be here if you need anything else.
I think I need to go to the House of Healing. Ooh, do you have my bomb?
Got to have a plan first. Got to trust Jaheira to come up with one.
Yes, I get really irritated about the documentation thing. This is a collaborative effort. It has been better in recent months, I would say. People have actually been, writing documentation when they notice something isn't there instead of like trying to point fingers.
Yeah.
The finger pointing in general needs to stop, and it has quite a bit.
I think it would be justified if, like, someone had the documentation, they just didn't pass it along. I don't think that's happened very often, but
I agree, sir.
in my opinion, I think some of the things that we've been having issues with should be stuff that's, like, picked up during the whole onboarding process. Like, for example,
such as
contact information.
Oh, well, that's definitely not on whoever's onboarding. It's on the management to do.
Yeah, it's just like the fact that we have like no Weatherstream phone numbers.
No, because they don't have Weatherstream phone numbers.
Really, they don't.
Yeah, don't even talk about Weatherstream.
They don't collect.
No, they do. It's personal information, and they don't like make it any available past HR. So it's a real giant pain in the ass to get a hold of these people.
Yeah.
It's they are really, like, we were given no information for them because they didn't really give it.
Yeah,
we were given Matt and Richard.
Because I remember when
and
we first
Michael.
started to work with them, like before like the 365 migration, we had this one girl had like emailed wanting to get set up in 365 or something like that. So I set her up, but like she was having issues or something. Like she couldn't get it installed on her computer for some reason. It's like you literally just go to the 365 website and you download the installer. She just was not understanding it. But then she wouldn't give me a phone number to call her. You know, she barely would respond to emails.
That's
like the
how
only
they
way
are.
she would work would like we'd get any confirmation from her would be like her opening up a new ticket. It was. I felt bad. I was just like, I want to help you, but I can't actually like reach you. The only email I have is like the email I created.
That's where Leah needs to get involved and tell these people what exactly we need. And she's done like a how to get in contact, you know, the kickoff meeting with them. Not that they paid any attention to it, but
everyone seems to be quite.
Yeah, they drive me nuts. They are. I'm not inclined to say they're a bad customer because they don't treat people poorly, but they
did. But that means
just are so incredibly disorganized. I mean, I asked for the standard template list of runbook items. It's in, well, now ConnectWise projects, but it was in ClickUp, the onboarding like items template, like the what do we need to document. I gave them that, and they said we'll get that all to you. And they said we don't have some of this. Oh, okay, guys, that's fine.
I said a moment.
But you know, it's just stuff that they don't give or they didn't give. And you can ascertain that, and once you get a hold of somebody, you can add it into ConnectWise so that we have it.
Yeah, it's just... Especially, like, what was it, that one guy who... we got a Rocket Cyber alert on from them, and it turned out he was just using stupid VPN. And then we think he has a different one on his desktop.
Perhaps I could be of assistance. I have little time.
Yeah, that's unfortunately as well stuff that really the company needs to be able to curate, and they just aren't. They're going to be a really... said this from the moment that I started talking to them. They are going to be a real challenge to get working, to standardize, because they've never done it before. They have 21 employees, I think, or maybe it's 19. No, they have very few employees. I mean, they're disorganized enough to where they signed a 1-year agreement with Ryan Tech to do like pseudo MSP stuff for their Office 365 environment, and just forgot.
Never mind, John. No stranger.
Don't get all high and
Like, they did not tell us until, like, they were like, oh, yeah, so I guess we signed an agreement with Ryan Tech for 1 year of, like, 365 support. So now they only they control the licensing, and it's another shit show because somebody in charge over there didn't, you know, make it a point to pay attention to that.
So does that mean that we're not going to be creating 365 accounts for them?
Oh, no, we can do that. We just can't get licensing.
Okay, so we'll have to go through them. Get licensed, okay.
Yep. And they just have a support number or whatever, a support email. But, I mean, my opinion, Weatherstream needs to be going through them now because they went and they dug their own grave.
Yep.
They need to stop doing stuff like that. And I'm going to have a nice conversation with Matt. It's kind of about the technical side of things and the whole, like, what are we going to do here with you when you have another company involved? What can we do here for you? You know, and I'm going to be honest with you. I don't care if my presence here in Colorado hinges on them. Like, as you know, having a client, a third client out there, I honestly hope that they dump us because they don't see the value. Because they're not using the value. Half of their employees they don't communicate with. Half of their employees don't communicate with them. Like, they have some serious growing up as a company to do, and they're not doing it.
Maybe not, Mum.
It's become very, very challenging. They have enough employees and they have a large enough like client base for their stuff where they shouldn't be having the issues that they're having at their size.
I know
But they still are somehow, and they're still staying afloat.
Please. Yet I don't.
What do they
recall
actually
asking
do?
For a stranger's opinion.
They develop software, they develop software and technology that goes in weather satellites.
Oh, so like the weather tracking stuff and like the forecast and that. Ah, cool.
Yeah.
I'd assume it had something to do with weather.
They stream the weather on Twitch.
Hey, I mean,
It's
get
all
that
in
would
the
get some
name,
good
am I
numbers,
right?
yeah.
Oh.
But yeah, it's like stuff like contact information and who the actual like point of contacts are would be super helpful to have.
That's all in ConnectWise. I wish that process would either be highlighted or changed. I don't like ConnectWise at all.
Are you talking about like the VIP thing?
No, it actually has like point of contact in the contacts section. It labels them as like a primary point of contact, and it's just like whoever does that, whoever creates that customer in there, that's gonna be John or somebody. Might be Leah even. This is all stuff that needs to improve with her personal process.
Yeah, because there have been a couple times where it's like, okay, someone's asking for this thing. Who do I need to go to get approval to do this thing? And sometimes it's like people just either don't know or aren't like they don't see it or they're not willing to pass the information along. But it's like, hey guys, I need to get this thing approved. Who do I talk to?
What has bothered me a little bit in recent days. So the entire point of that ConnectWise point of contact thing has been, to be like the catch-all, like, go to for approvals, go to for various higher level things, like things that go beyond the person putting in the ticket and the person working the ticket, I'm not going to be able to make the decision of like whose office account do I revoke the license for so that this motherfucker can have a license that that wasn't purchased in time. So bullshit like that, right? Like, I'm not going to make that decision. I'm not going to make the decision of like, well, we need to purchase a certain level of service for this program in order to get support. None of that is going through me. So
yeah,
that's what the ConnectWise point of contact should be. But when you have some guy who's power hungry, like Mike Hopsiger, say that he's going to be the point of contact for all IT things, and then get mad when people reach out to him about IT stuff, that's an issue.
Yeah, that is. Like, really?
Like, he got... Yeah. He's a dickhead.
Yeah. I remember, like, the first time I got him on the phone, he was, like, going on and on about how he's, like, the owner of the company and blah, 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 and all this other crap, and then he's, like, spending, like, 10 minutes explaining his old home network setup or something like that. I'm like, dude, I don't need to know any of this. It's like, okay, you're having an issue with your firewall. Alright, okay. Ugh.
He went on a tangent to Matt Spaniel about how, Proofpoint was blocking more Republican emails than Democratic email. He was like really mad about it too.
So now what? We just
that guy will just find any reason to be mad about something. Like he got snippy with me about me moving his mouse around when he asked me to take over his computer.
Yeah,
like he just wanted to be angry.
Yeah, I don't think he's gotten angry when I've connected, but there have been a couple times people are like, oh, hey. It's like, I have this problem. I need you to help me with it. I'm like, okay, let me hop on your computer and blah, blah, blah. And it's like, why are you on my computer? I'm like, how am I going to fix this issue if I'm not on your computer?
I had Back when I first started, Kevin Kinney got that way with me because ever since we become like buddy, but he got that way with me because I was communicating with him via email before we implemented the ConnectWise chat feature, and he was like, "Okay, feel free to hop on my computer," and I did, and then he wanted a knock. He didn't want he didn't want me to just be able to hop in. These people have fucking problems. Like, they get upset about the wrong issues and the wrong things.
Yeah, I find it strange that people are, like, super particular about, like, work stuff. It's like it's a work device. What are you expecting me to see on your computer?
There must be another way to
You should not be doing personal stuff on your work device.
I could be of assistance.
Patrols report more activity.
It's like you would think
Definitely depends on who that company's going to be.
Seems that way.
Because I know there's companies that we have in our roster that don't care at all.
Yeah, I do have some concerns. It seems like some places are more lenient on the whole, like, allowing people to do personal stuff on work devices. It's like,
that's their prerogative. Unfortunately, all we can do is be an advisor.
Yeah, like I came across a little program used for verifying your location for online gambling on a dude's computer. I'm like, I don't like what this thing's doing. Basically constantly scanning your computer, checking to see if you're connected to a VPN, and doing a bunch of other weird stuff. Like, you guys are doing financial stuff. It's like, hopefully there's no PII on this.
Oh, there for sure is. Oh wait, hold on. Was it Colleen?
No, it was Milltown.
Oh, fantastic.
I was like, you guys are a financial place? Like, maybe...
Well, sort of.
Well, I mean, they're subject to... They're like a wealth management company, right?
Not at all.
No?
No.
I thought they were like investment, wealth management, real estate stuff.
They purchase things for themselves.
Oh.
They don't assist others. They buy things for themselves.
Okay.
Yep. Even still, you know, that's legitimate spyware on their computer.
I could be of assistance. I have little time for eavesdropping.
And companies should be more lenient about, or should not be as lenient as they are about this stuff. I mean, look, we just had a situation this fucking weekend with Cohen Kinney, where who knows if this was allowed, but the whole point of this is that it can happen. Where, and I can't believe she got fooled about this and like got tricked into putting in her personal information into this fucking McAfee scam. Like, how are you paying for the works antivirus, even if that was the case? If the case was that the fucking company was using McAfee, which you know they aren't, how is this a thing where you are paying for it yourself?
Yeah, it's...
Where you think that that's what you need to do.
So what was it? Just basically like one of those like fake antivirus pop-ups that you clicked on and...
Yeah.
Yeah, I've been seeing that a lot recently.
Computer.
Yeah. Ads about, oh, your McAfee's expired. I'm like, I don't have McAfee. Click. Go away.
Yeah. Well, what drives me insane is that she just completely thoughtlessly just decided, oh yeah, I need to do this. Like, what the fuck do you think you're doing? Just absolute idiocy.
Wolverine! I heard you might be about.
I'm actually pretty sure that she was
stuck here,
under the influence.
I'm not stuck.
She has a
find you, of course. Why would
pretty
you do
clear
a
drinking
like
problem.
Really, Barkus?
Even though it was never like disclosed, right?
Unfortunately
It's
for
not
me,
like, oh yeah, Mary,
you're my friend.
he drinks all the time.
Rescuing you
But if
from
you've ever
mortal
talked
peril
to her
is
for
my
more than
right.
like 10 minutes,
Mm-hmm.
you would
But
kind
you
of be able to
didn't
piece together
rescue
that
me,
she's got an
did you?
issue.
Yeah.
I rescued myself with the aid of this helper.
And
Ah,
it's totally
it's you.
possible that she was day
I
drinking.
should have guessed. Thank you very much for your help finding Wulbrin.
Wouldn't surprise me
You
one
don't
bit.
belong here, Barkus. As soon as the way is clear, pack up and head to Baldur's Gate.
But
Right. Into
Wulbrin,
the spirit temple section.
the rune powder.
Yeah, I'm
We need to discuss what you're going to.
I said go home!
I'm
What?
still like so perturbed by that guy called about having his network hacked. Did I tell you about this?
No.
So yeah, this guy from Lauren Publishing called basically went on this tangent about how somebody hacked his network, his home network, because like multiple like copies of his devices were showing up, and he might or might not have had personal accounts compromised. But he's going on and on about it, and so I go through a standard process, checking his 365 account, making sure there aren't any weird logins or any weird emails or anything like that. And it seems fine, but he's like so adamant that like his entire network has been hacked. He starts wiping devices and being all weird. He has a Mac, a personal Mac, and an iPhone. And I finally
Sounds like Matt BB to me.
No.
Is that who it
someone
was?
else.
No?
No, it was. It's like Blau, I think is his last name.
Oh,
Blue?
Michael Blue?
Michael
Fuck
Blue,
that
yeah.
guy.
Yeah, apparently this is
That
like
dude
the
is freaking
third time he's been compromised. And he's like, oh, it's like I was finally like talking to him because he wiped his phone. He basically started from fresh, didn't do any backups or whatnot. He's like, oh yeah, they're on my phone again. I'm like, what do you mean? Like what makes you think that? It's like, oh, there was an app that just randomly showed up. Like, okay, what was the app? It was a translator app. I'm like, okay, what did it look like? Had a black icon. I'm like, okay. And I'm sitting here Googling what if Apple has a built-in translator app. I'm like, oh, it does. And it has a black background. It's like, does it look like a globe with some text bubbles? One is like an A and the other one's like an Asian character. I don't know if it's Japanese or Chinese. And then he kind of goes silent there. So I'm like, it probably was. So yeah, I wrote down all the apps I had on my homepage on my iPhone before I wiped it, and this is new or something like that. I'm like, are you kidding me, dude?
It's cool to know that you took an OS update. Fuck that guy. What a moron. What an absolute fucking buffoon.
So, like, I mean, he might or might not have had some of his personal accounts compromised. Like, he said something about his ISP account. He was, like, locked out. It's like, okay, well, you could have just put your password in wrong too many times, Could have actually been compromised. But it's just like, there's no way anybody's going as far as you're saying they're going to go. Like, is it possible? Yes. Like, do some people have tools to do that kind of stuff? They do. But why would they waste that time and expertise on you? Like, nobody's going to be utilizing those types of tools to get what? Your email password?
Remember, 69% of Americans think they're above average.
And it's funny because I dealt with a woman, like, the exact same situation at Staples. She comes in freaking out about how, like, someone's been hacking everything of hers, and I'm, like, just talking to her about it, and I'm like, maybe they've compromised your Facebook account because they know your security questions, but they're not doing anything close to what you're saying they're doing, unless there's something about you that I don't realize. She was, like, very adamant that she needed, like, an entire new setup. She had to throw away all of her devices, and I was like, you don't really need to do that. Spent so long trying to dissuade her from it, and she was very adamant, so finally I'm like, you know what? Sure, we'll get you set up with an entire situation. It's gonna be very expensive. Because we literally had to buy, like, entire new, like, entire network setup. So, new router modem, new Chromebook, she got a new phone. Oh, there was something else that she got. Oh, and then the in-home setup for everything. So yeah, my guess is she spent like close to $1,000 on all that stuff. And then she comes in like 2 weeks after I set everything up. I'm compromised again. I need to do it. I was like, I can't help you. Like, this is, if what you're saying is true, which I doubt, like, this is way outside our wheelhouse. You gotta deal with somebody. But it was basically the same feeling of, like, mental issues that I had with her, I was getting with him.
Oh god, yeah, these people are just psychotic. Or just stupid.
Please,
I just like
that
to use
isn't
the word
necessary.
psychotic, you know, it's just
Indeed.
a fun thing to call
Neither of
somebody
you
who
has
I'm
any clue
annoyed with.
what's at stake. And why should you? It's Iron Hand gnome business. Now, if you'll excuse me, I have a great deal to do. Well, there we have it. Wulbren is safe and sound. Thanks to you. I owe you a great deal. The brilliant retort, for starters. Here you are.
Can't wait to go
As
and
promised,
see
I give you
EMA people tomorrow.
a brilliant retort. Now,
Have
I
you
believe our
met
business is well and truly concluded.
Emily and Olivia yet?
Yes, I've known Emily since we've had them.
Mm-hmm.
And I've met Olivia before, but only once.
Yeah, I think I've only talked to Emily once, I think. Maybe twice.
Yeah, I think she was on maternity leave when you started.
Mm-hmm. And then she sort of, like, partially came back. That was fun.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, it was very weird because, what was it? I guess either, I don't know if Emily had decided to come back part-time or something came up, but I guess, I think Tim was the one who gave the go-ahead to do it, but, I guess, Olivia had access to Emily's email, and then we got, like, a call from Emily basically like, yeah, we're stopping that. And we're like, okay. And then, like, 2 days later, Olivia calls, is like, I need to get this multi-factor thing from Emily's account. Can you help us? And I'm like, gotta talk to Emily about it. Oh, that was a little awkward of a conversation. It's like, yeah, no, I can't give you access to her email right now. She literally told us not to do this.
Yeah.
Don't judge him too harshly. He's been through a lot. When he's had some rest, he'll be back to his usual self.
I'm just glad that they stopped calling us about the stupid alien computers. Those were a real pain in the ass. The fact that they bought home versions and then we had to help them, like, activate the pro version, and then for some strange reason 365 would no longer process payments for it anymore or something. Not 365, the Windows Store.
Fantastic.
I don't think we figured out what ended up fixing that. We were suspecting they hit, like, some sort of, like, limit where the store's just like, yeah, you've bought too many of these licenses. We're, like, temporarily, like, preventing you from installing it, because it was all done under, I think it was Olivia's account.
Well, once you're used to someone, you're used to them.
I'd like to know why I just fought the Asylum Demon in this game.
Perhaps Wulbren is right. Perhaps I
Still doing the randomizer thing?
Return to Baldur's
No, I'm
Gate.
on a ROM hack now. I lost, like, my place in the ROM hack. Like, I just
I'm
don't
glad you
remember
agree.
what I've checked and what I haven't, because I've been off it for some time. So I'm just gonna... I'll restart it eventually, but right now it's ultimate trial time, because this thing is... I don't know if I would call it an amazing ROM hack, but it's pretty good. I don't think it's amazing just because it...
The shadows
that's
haven't
why.
consumed you. Good.
I don't think it's amazing because it's very grindy.
Gruesome, isn't it? Did you learn anything more?
Like, especially at the beginning, because you have to do these trials. You have nothing unlocked. You have 3 hearts and a master
But I
sword,
cannot
basically.
see what he... Perhaps we can
And,
force
you
it
have
out
to
of
do
him.
these,
Was there
like,
anything else?
You know, endless room trials.
The great general
And,
is paranoid. I'll wager
It's all fine
Was
and
there
good,
anything
but
else?
when you need to replenish things, you have to go buy them. You need to get rupees, and most of the enemies, especially in that child trial, drop like 1 rupee at a time. So like you might walk out of there with 100. But as it like snowballs really well. Oh, it's an iron knuckle. Oh, fucked up the timing. There we go, much better.
Oh, I need to go upstairs.
One iron knuckle? That's my challenge for this far down in the dungeon? Oh no, that was just the end. Jesus. I have to say, I love this N64 Soundcloud remix of Ballad of the Goddess. It's so good.
Don't touch me.
I haven't had that yet.
Sharp as ever.
And now I get to do the real stupid one. Ooh. Even changes the instrument based on the trial you're in? That's sick.
You're already crying.
And then there's the speed run of this trial. There's the main trial and then the speed run of every trial.
Right. Come here, darling.
And who do we got?
I was so scared I'd lost you.
Me too. But we're here now. Safe.
Nice.
Credit where it's due. Bex.
Okay, it was only
This
2 things.
is the one who helped me and the others escape.
This isn't the first time you've helped us. Saved our
It's actually
lives,
really
really. Why?
Rock's Feather and Ocarina of Time? Insane. Alright, what you got for me?
Oh, for the experience, I guess. Oh, that's kind of a meta response.
Huh.
She's just like, oh, why'd you help us? For the experience, that's fine.
Here we're fighting for our lives and you're working on your memoir. Well, I'll take it. After all you've done.
Oh, it's just...
We'll never forget it.
Oh, never mind. It's a lame one.
Here. Take these for the road. It's the least
What the
I can
hell
do.
does... So many people will want to do business with you. What the shit does that mean?
Anywhere, my love. I go where you go.
I owe you my life.
The merchants will always come to you. Well, let's get Din's Fire as well. Can you use that?
Shadows. Mason's Kills. Wailing Moon. Alright. need to go on an adventure.
I'm gonna go in ill-prepared. I want to see what the next trial's like.
Northwest.
75 floors. There's still some restrooms you should be prepared. Even though there's still some restrooms you should be prepared, and if you've got a bottle. Oh, a mandatory bottle?
Guess you're
I
not
don't
so
like that.
useless. Get back
I
to
don't
master
like
on
to
the
think
double.
about what that means.
Weird. What was that? That triggered way out of order. I completed that quest like hours ago. Jeez.
Okay, I just suspect that this is going to be the child trial mixed with the adult trial. Then
An infirmary. No doubt about it.
super crazy.
We could check for supplies. Not like the remaining locals have use for them.
Here to see the doctor? Are we poorly? Are we desperately poorly? Oh, not so well.
You didn't play Baldur's
But
Gate
well
3,
enough
did you?
to wait. Join
No,
me,
I have not.
and you will be
These
seen.
sisters are really creepy.
Take a look at them.
Yes, yes, but all must wait. The doctor's hands are full. Join
Big
the
creep
line.
factor.
You will be seen.
Definite creep factor for sure.
Should see the doctor.
They don't even have the
So sad, so
they
sick.
don't even have the sadistic
The doctor will see you.
Dimitrescu
The doctor will soothe.
daughters
Down to the
vibe
theater. Be swift. Be
where I
safe.
can still appreciate them. Darn.
Yeah, so basically this is like a mini bosses coming up, and
Yeah.
with all of the bosses in this area, you can fight them normally, or you can do dialogue checks to essentially have them
Yep.
kill themselves. And
Huh.
basically what happens here is you can convince I think you can convince the sisters to essentially operate on the doctor, killing him, and then vice versa. So, like, you could then convince him to operate on the sisters, which is gonna kill them. So, yeah, I think last time I had convinced them to operate on him, which obviously is not good for him. Potion of sleep. Surgeons and
They're even mixing enemies in different environments. So I literally need to be prepared for anything. Not the expression
Why
anymore.
are we here?
I do want to make some kind of forward progress in this game because I intend to be playing nothing but Silent Hill on Tuesday.
Oh yeah, that's coming out soon.
Very excited. That is one of my favorite horror games of all time, and I'm thrilled that not only within 2 years I got a remake of my favorite horror game of all time and my second favorite. Like right in a row.
I was never like a super big fan of horror. Not really my cup of tea. I think the only like horror game I ever really got into was
Arabella, answer me, please.
oh, there you are. Dead Space.
Oh, Dead Space is sick. I do love Dead Space.
Yeah, I remember.
I actually have like a. Go ahead.
I couldn't beat the game my first time I played it because my computer couldn't handle the asteroid scene.
Oh yeah.
So there's this one scene where you have to go outside and you're running along while asteroids are hitting the ship you're on, and you have to like get on like a turret and shoot the asteroids. I couldn't get past that because I just could not. Like, computer just couldn't handle it.
Yeah.
It was back when I was playing on my laptop at what 600 by 800 resolution. Ultra low graphics.
Oh, was it a Games for Windows Live?
Probably was. I'm just shocked at how many games I ended up playing like that.
This better be good.
It reminds me of a great time.
The corpse there.
Playing
Arabella's father.
On 360.
Damned unlucky.
Playing on 360. That and Resident Evil 5. Just fuck.
I did that over here, so I can actually do it this way.
I do remember Fallout 3 and Resident Evil 5 were games for Windows Live.
Nothing to say.
And they, somebody came out with a mod to fix Fallout real fast, but I think Resident Evil 5 to this day is still
The corpse regards you
in the games for
lifelessly.
Windows Live world.
Really? I thought you could get it on Steam.
Oh, maybe.
I love how I can choose. So when you raise dead, you can ask 5 questions. And I love how one of them is, "Where's your daughter, Arabella?" When I literally just heard her calling for her parents outside this building.
Surgeon. Sisters. Zevlor.
Okay, this actually isn't that bad, this trial. I definitely can see needing a couple of potions for it, but...
Shelter.
Oh my,
The
for
corpse
fuck's sake.
remains silent.
What
It
is
does not
this
know.
stupid garbage?
Remind me, who are you?
Husband to Chimera. Father to Arabella. Bran.
The spell's power.
Don't call the doctor yet. I've got potions, sutures. I know I can do this. Oh, you're a patient. This is the children's ward. Triage is back that way.
Oh my god.
Not dead.
Come on, Big
Merely
Octo, do your
medicated.
fucking thing.
To ease the pain.
Oh, fuck.
Yes. Yes. I knew these hands would not fail me. The patient is sure to recover. Not much left now, but you're welcome to look.
Nothing. Atomic madness. I can get a whole chicken from her.
Ooh. One chimkin.
Which is funny because like half of her food is rotten, but the whole chicken is perfectly fine apparently.
Huh. Clearly.
Now, if you'll look.
Clearly she's a source for quality chicken.
Darling? Go on.
Okay, I could really see this trial being very, very beatable. After argued that the adult trial will take me more tries. I just need to grind rupees is all I need at this point.
So do you want to see me convince this guy to kill himself?
Go for it, I'm watching the stream. I'm tuned in.
The objective of the Scalpel Sisters is to soothe. For the Scalpel indeed is an extension of Shah. See how the patient reacts when I but stroke the right nerve. Hear its comfort, hear the very melody of mercy. Pray, sister, show us the extent of your beneficence. Stop. Stay your hand, for it slaps where it should stroke. We can hardly hear the patient's sighs of solace. Perhaps it is our unexpected audience that makes you quiver. Come, step forward. You are no sister, but that matters none. Every student is welcome.
Absence.
Absence. No other word captures the heart of Shah so very perfectly. It is the scalpel-led journey that leads from pain to peace.
I've got a lot more of this game room done today.
But a truth nonetheless.
See? What is the light of eyes but
my
the cancer that
PC
causes one to witness the
made its way
laceration
entirely
of
into the
being?
closet. So I actually sit in the closet and play games and play on my PC.
Then darkness is the cure. For
I
in
like
light
Closet
there is
Office,
presence,
it's nice.
but
I'm
in
just waiting on
darkness there is
my monitor arms to come in the mail.
In
It'll be here on
light is
Tuesday as well.
presence. In darkness, absence.
Careful, it's probably going to get pretty toasty in there.
You are well on your way. But one
there's a
white
vent in
orb
here
disfigures you still.
for the AC.
Let us
So just
finish
turn on the
the
AC.
cure.
Really?
And
There's
I
an
took the door.
AC in
Yeah.
a closet?
Yeah.
That's kind of weird. Okay.
It's a big walk-in.
Makes
I
sense.
can imagine the intention is for people to, change in here and do all that.
Let's see if I can do... My guy's not very smart. Let's see if we can do some investigation. Elixir of human versatility.
And I've got good airflow in here. I took a door off.
Burn an inspiration point. Reroll that.
The sisters' blades are bloodied and dull. Only the most measured hand could make a clean incision.
What the fuck is happening? Need my hook shot.
Let's see if I can guess this. This is probably...
You remember Asharan maxim. Go forth and sow doubt, but do not compel it, for only the willing may know the lady's embrace.
Ooh, okay, we're gonna try this one.
Only the willing may know the lady's embrace. You know her teaching well. And yet these sisters must exercise their gifts, for the art of absence lies in its execution. How to proceed? I wonder.
This is where I get to convince him to agree to have the sisters cut him up.
Hey, why don't you just off yourself?
I see now. By example, I must edify.
What do I do to convince you to
the
off
light
yourself?
that blinds us. Come, sisters, soothe me.
That sure looks like surgery to me.
Yeah.
The jewels of oblivion are the sisters who revered him.
Now we're gonna take out the sisters. A little farther away. Too far away.
Now we can go back out and see if entering this trial will not do anything. No, it did not. And I still have the goddamn boss rush to do.
Violence hasn't gone unnoticed. It's about to be returned in kind.
2,000 reward. $50, that's it.
Today you fall.
I smell blood. Watch this!
Let's turn someone inside out. Time to move.
200.
Feel their anguish.
150. I've already got the advantage, right?
That was a pretty easy
I
kill.
will ascend.
I'm gonna be back in a minute.
Alright, have fun.
Making my move.
My turn. Covered.
Can you feel death's cold grip? This way.
Level up. banishment. Dimension Worm. Lot of fire.
Ignorance breeds madness.
Defender of the people. This better be good. And I'm off. Finders keepers. Just a peek. As one does.
shadow fungus?
Come on, let's go.
Defender of the people. Best foot forward.
Your violence hasn't gone unnoticed.
No holding back.
I will ascend. Etazith.
Easy enough. And I'm off.
Your violence.
Am I needed? I love surprises.
Yeah.
I know you. You're... Twist 'em up.
Hey, that's Arabella. Kid from the Druid's Grove. That snake woman nearly did her in. Looks like she's learned a thing or two.
Sorry. It knocks the wind right out of me. That druid idol I took? It changed me. I can do all sorts of stuff now, not just the vines. I think real hard and say some loud words and then it happens. Mostly. I was looking for Mum and Pops. When well, there was an ambush. Mum yelled, "Run!" So we ran. I could hear him running behind me. Till I couldn't. Still can't find him. But I bet you can. You'll help me, I just know it.
You notice the girl shivering in fear and anger. She is not yet ready to hear the truth of her parents' fate.
Thanks, mister. I knew you'd help me again. The vines won't last forever. I don't suppose I can stay with you. Just till you find Mum and Pops. I won't be any trouble, I swear it. Oh, thanks. You're the best. So you send Mum and Pops there. I'll be waiting, hero man.
A swell of grief. Before the shadows took her, this woman mourned someone lost in battle. You sense a matriarch's flush of pride. She will soon be a grandmother, and the child will bear her name, Maldred.
Checking things out. Something over there.
I'm so tired. How do people do this all day?
No trouble at all.
There.
The Githyanki would call this an Ormalar, an alliance of Mlar.
And what is a Malar, exactly?
Builders, craftspeople, and the makers of the incomparable silver swords the Kithraki wield in battle. The Malar may not be warriors, but they are no less valuable to my people.
these dark justiciars slain in battle. They must have a stronghold nearby, or a temple.
What's this now? Easy enough.
While vultures encircle, preparing their right.
Oh, hey, Raphael.
Our hero thought but of treasure ahead, did not consider the peace of the dead. Through the dark he went creeping, and awoke what was sleeping. A new grave they dug, which he himself fed.
Ooh, spooky.
Until it was perfect. I've grown quite fond of you, you know, in my way. I thought it only fair to warn you about the dangers ahead.
Oh, the devil you know.
What?
I said, oh, the devil you know.
Intrepid as ever. It would be pointless of me to try to bar you from entering. But I can...
This guy's fight is probably one of the
set
best
the
in the
scene,
game.
as it were. Prepare you.
He has his own song. It's hilarious. He actually sings in it, too. It's really, really cool.
Does he?
Yeah.
Huh.
You should look it up.
I've
What is it? Is it like Raphael's theme or something like that?
Feel free to link it. I'll make a link. I'm gonna make a links channel just to so they don't overpopulate general, and it's not like it's a huge thing, but started to become a lot more of that activity. I've finally, after quite a while actually, making use of my little Japanese teacups that I've gotten like a year ago. At the old place in Adams, it was always like difficult to make tea because I didn't have a proper kettle up there, and the way that things were lined up, I didn't have like a permanent home for one. So then I bought the gooseneck that we have at work, and I've been using that, and I can actually make use of these little teacups, which is great. I like tea.
Let's see. I will just give you the... And it's funny, too, because if you actually... Like, in this game, there's a spell called Silence, which prevents you from casting spells or speaking. And if you actually cast Silence on him during the song, his vocals are not in the song.
That's good attention to detail. I like that a lot.
Yeah,
I always knew there was more to love about Baldur's Gate.
Like, that's one of the things I really loved about this game. There was a lot of that kind of stuff. Apparently, they've gone through some pretty like pretty great lengths on how to actually like allow you to do like really whatever you want to do and have the game still work.
Yeah.
Like, there are characters that won't show up during a normal playthrough unless you kill specific important NPCs at specific times. Because they realized, hey, if we're going to let you kill literally everybody, We can't
Yeah.
just have like the game break like it does with like other RPGs like Skyrim. So yeah, like you could basically kill pretty much everybody, and you know, you can still somewhat kind of complete the game.
Yeah. I love the brokenness of Elder Scrolls. I love the brokenness of Bethesda games in general. I love the fact that I did the White Glove Society cannibal mission in New Vegas, and Heck Gunderson killed like his own son, so I couldn't turn the quest in.
Yeah, I think that's why I never beat Oblivion. And I think I had the same thing happen. Yeah, that's what happened in Oblivion. I never got to beat the main story because basically the way I like to play those types of games is I'll like do it like I'll do story chunks, and then I'll do like guild or like side questing stuff, and then like I kind of bounce back and forth. And basically I'd progress the story to a point where I needed to like turn in some sort of quest to this person. But then I basically went and I became the head of all of the like the Thieves Guild, the Brotherhood, the Mages. What were they called in Oblivion?
There's the Mages Guild.
Mages Guild, yeah. So basically I did everything, like all the major side quest stuff. And then I come back and I'm like, I can't turn in this quest.
Huh.
I was like, I've literally spent countless hours completing all this other crap. And I can't proceed the main quest. I was really not happy with that. Luckily I was on PC, so I had some other options. But yeah, like killing him and respawning him and all this other crap wasn't working. So it was like, yeah, you just have to go back to basically when you last did it. And I'm like, yeah, that's not happening. So I played the Shivering Isles, and I think that's where I ended that game.
I already did.
Why does every
if through the dark
fucking Zelda game, even ROM hacks, have a shitty fucking shooting gallery?
It's a classic Zelda thing.
More graves than yours
but this is like a shitty shooting gallery.
I think my least favorite one was the one in, I think it was Majora's Mask.
Oh yeah, the Majora's Mask shooting galleries suck ass.
It wasn't even the shooting gallery. It was when you were, I think you were in the Lost Woods, and you had to, what was it, the monkeys, or was it the Skull Kid? It was, like, in
the Skull
trees,
Kid is the...
and you had to shoot him with your slingshot.
I think you're getting them conflated.
Very well.
You're conflating two games. Ocarina of Time has the slingshot, and there is no minigame with the slingshot in Ocarina of Time, except... Well, there is. There's the shooting gallery in Castletown, and then there is
you'll have unleashed a
like a shooting challenge where you just have to get 3 bullseyes in a row, which is stupid easy to do. Then in Majora's Mask, there is in the equivalent of the Lost Woods, the Forest of Mystery. There is a there's a witch that you feed a red potion. She comes back to life, starts running the boat minigame, and when you actually clear the swamp out of poison, you follow her on a boat and shoot targets with the bow. But there are monkeys in that game that lead you to her in the woods.
I clearly remember, like, it wasn't like a mini game, but it was part of the game where you had to like shoot. I thought it was the Skull Kid. He was in like a tree.
You do have to shoot. So there's no shooting Skull Kids in Ocarina. In Majora's Mask, there is shooting the Skull Kid when you need to get your Ocarina of Time back at the very beginning of the game. I have too many bones. other than that, sounds like a Mandela effect to me. I can think of two absolutely abhorrent shooting galleries in Majora's Mask. They suck. They are terrible. And if we're talking about a main plot kind of thing, the only thing I can think of is following the monkey through the woods to get to Kotake, who's passed out in the woods because the Skull Kid did her in. So I did my shitty shooting gallery, and I got fire arrows.
It was in Ocarina of Time.
Okay, so there's definitely
the
Skull Kid. Oh wait,
when he's
are you sure it's Ocarina of Time? Because there is a shooting a Skull Kid in the trees in Twilight Princess. When you go for the Temple of Time.
I just saw a picture of it. Where did he go?
There's Skull Kids there, but you don't shoot them in Ocarina.
I just saw the screenshot. I love how it's just like, here's the picture, what you're looking for, and you click on it, and you have to go through like a massive, and actually bring you to the right page. Part of the. Was it a... No, because I remember having the issue on the... Because I was playing an emulator of it. I'm trying to do it on, like, the mouse and keyboard was not working for me. I just saw this. I think it was like a heart piece. Is this what it was? It seems like it's you're playing music, not shooting them.
There is 2 music mini games for Skull Kid in the woods. There are 2 Skull Kids that want you to match a song.
Maybe I am. I don't know. Doesn't matter. Let's see here.
I was gonna say, I'm probably one of your best resources for random Zelda where are things.
We'll use inspiration.
There's exactly one Zelda game that I've never finished.
Which one was that?
Zelda 2.
Really? You've played all the CDI Zeldas?
I have played them, but they're not real.
This creature and I go back a long way. I admit
I don't
it would be
own
in
them,
my
but I've
best
played
interest
them.
as well, should it
They're
remain
not
shrouded
real.
in the dark.
I'd love to own them.
This
I think that would be
place is
super
head,
funny.
perhaps.
I have the hardware for them.
Here?
I
Lemur?
do have a CDI.
Pit Fiend?
Really?
Orthon?
Yeah.
Getting warmer. Warmer.
I got a stupid price on it too.
Wasn't that the thing that basically Sony spun off? Because what was it? No, it was.
So Nintendo was gonna make a. They were looking at making a CD-based system.
So they
and
partnered with PlayStation.
They started partnering with Sony, and then at the last
Sony,
minute they pulled out because Philips must have given them a better deal. But definitely one of the douchiest moves that Nintendo has ever done to another company.
Well, I mean, it started an entirely, new competitor, and the only one that's actually like stuck around.
Yeah,
like
it's
none of the other
juggernaut.
None of the other major players at the time are still around, making hardware. At least.
Yeah. I mean, in terms of video game hardware, none of them. I mean, Atari is.
They're not making.
Atari at the time made the Jaguar. Yeah, they made a console.
But they're not making anything like modern, are they?
No, they made the Atari 2600 Plus.
Well, yeah, I
and
mean,
they're like still like living in the Atari 2600 era, but they're making new releases for the 2600.
Wasn't that like released in the 80s?
2600, yeah, 77.
So they're still making new stuff for it?
Yeah, and yeah, Atari's got like a ridiculous, insane fan base.
Well, because
Like,
weren't they
Atari
one of the
Age
first? Weren't they the first home console?
No, they were just like the first really popular one. There was a bunch before that. They're not even in the first generation of home consoles. There was a whole generation before them.
What were the firsts?
The first one to officially release was Magnavox Odyssey. It cost $100 and had like everything that you needed for it built in, except for a gun that they released later. I do not own it anymore, but I had a gun for it that was completely broken, like unfixably broken.
Listen here.
So I had to get rid of it.
Do not
But
underestimate
that was
this
the most
opponent.
Odyssey
At
I've ever
best, you will
owned.
have the blink of an eye to
And then I
strike
found
first,
at a flea
strike true,
market
defy
for like
the odds,
$200 and
in its
absolutely destroyed Odyssey.
much I
That
owe
I didn't
the
end up buying because I had absolutely zero way of sourcing the parts for
And
it
don't
because
think
it's
I've
so
forgotten your tale.
it's so
Astari.
1960s
When the beast
parts.
is dead, I'll consider that.
I don't have a
payment
way to
enough
source
to
1960s
translate
electronic parts.
Those scars of yours.
A fairer deal than I expected.
I'll eventually buy an original Odyssey with all of its
I
stuff.
always deal fairly.
It's just not
And
high
we'll
on my
close
list of
this
things to buy.
particular deal soon
There's
enough.
at least 50 Super Nintendo
Vanquish
games
the
I can
beast,
buy. I would buy
and
before I bought an
all
Odyssey.
will be revealed.
Shit.
Oh, it was one of these. Okay.
And then there, like Pong came out the same year that the Odyssey did, as well, and in the home. I do have a Pong console that's that old.
English horizontal, vertical. So what? You just like turn the knobs to move the like a cursor around or something?
Pretty much, yeah. And whatever cartridge was, so it was one
It's like
internal
Etch-a-Sketch.
program. Yeah, so it was one internal program in the Odyssey, and the way that it worked is that the cartridges, they weren't really ROM cartridges. They had like a single IC in them, but no ROM in them, and their purpose was essentially just to change the code ever so slightly to make a new game.
Interesting.
Yeah, like the games didn't even have what we would call graphics. They were controlled with like the visuals were controlled with overlays that you stick over the TV.
Oh.
And even nowadays, depending on the type of CRT you have, the overlays don't work.
That's curious.
Because the only way that they worked was with the static electricity and the size of the TVs at the time.
It kind of makes sense that, you know, nobody had built any of those before, so they didn't realize, like, yeah, this probably isn't a good idea.
Yeah.
Kind of like the whole tying your physics engine to your frame rate. Oh, wait, what was that? Press it now. Rotten fish.
Yeah, I have my collection of 2600 games that I will probably not continue to expand. Of like 100, 115, somewhere between that number. I don't really have the desire to expand it anymore. I have most of the ones everybody knows. one system that I will continue to buy for though is the Atari 5200. I'm very close to having a complete set of those games.
He better be, or I'm a dead man walking.
Aren't we all?
Not as long as we can put up a fight, we're not.
Good man.
It's one of the things I really liked about Larian is their music design.
Yeah.
Their music is just so good. Like, I had the same feeling with The Witcher 3. It's like the music in The Witcher is just so good.
Yeah. Video game music matters a lot.
I was shocked because I had tried to play The Witcher 3 back when it first came out. But I kind of hit that second area. I got a little overwhelmed and I just stopped playing it. I also didn't really have a computer back then that really could have supported that.
I should probably try to play that game.
You haven't played The Witcher 3?
I've played it. I haven't gotten particularly far.
Yeah, it's a good game. It still holds up. Like, I played it, you know, the base game and then the 2 DLCs. Was it 2 years ago now? And it's still a gorgeous game. Just like the atmosphere and like the environmentals is just really good. Like, it's not as, some of the things is not as good as like most normal games, but like it gets really close. And, like, you're shocked that this thing's like still 10 years old.
Yeah, it really is.
It is a gorgeous looking game. It's like the lighting, like even before like ray tracing and whatnot, the stuff that they were doing with lighting.
Yeah.
And that when you go to like different areas, it's like you get this whole new feeling. Like you go to this section, I forget what it's called. It's basically like the equivalent of like Italy. So right on the coast, it's all bright and sunny, and it just like the, like, I don't know what you would call it, but like the color palette like it's clearly changed, and it just gives you this, you know, whole like bright, you know, happy sort of feeling. And then you're dealing with a bunch of vampires.
Yeah, and then you realize what game you're playing.
Before the shadows break through again.
Watch our back.
I survived. That's good.
Just about.
Like still gotta explore this.
Empty,
battle. That's
vacant, unfilled, and so forth.
Down there, like that.
Simply listen to me.
Don't speak to me, child.
I do have to figure out how I'm gonna play Silent Hill. Like, I need to get it to stream, but I need to figure out how I'm gonna like properly play it because I don't have a TV anymore, like that, like a nice TV anymore. I have my CRTs, but I got rid of my last television.
Can't connect it up to one of your monitors?
Yeah, but then at that point, I'm not streaming it. So I can run it through the Elgato, but PS5 games are very weird on the Elgato. I have to see if they've like changed the support. Oh, Jesus Christ, what is going on there? I guess the other option is probably like get it hooked up to a monitor and get it connected to the internet and then stream through the Discord or Twitch apps on the PS5. And then the only problem there would be audio.
Oh, I could go for a good meal.
Can't reach that.
So now why did we just rush those cult ways? You should have run away. So comes through.
Should we have let them kill
I guess the other option is just buy a TV same day. I could probably do that.
We will land secured entrance. Here is good.
Cast
Perimeter's
mage
clear,
hands
Mom.
to do
Good.
this.
We'll leave soon, and we don't want any surprises.
I suppose I could just buy a television
Yes,
same
Mom.
day and set it up in here. I have a lot that I have to purchase. I have to grab an armchair or two for the game room side of my bedroom.
Let's see.
Gods, you smell like a brewery.
What does that
Because
have
what I would love is if I meet some retro gamers out here,
Never mind junk.
I would love to,
don't get all high and mighty with.
you
Did
know,
you enjoy
play some,
relaxing here while I battled
some
that
co-op
wretched
or couch co-op.
What were you thinking?
Or couch competitive,
sorry,
whatever
we
you would
got
want to call it,
captured by murderous
depending on the
lunatics.
game.
I thought you were dead, you ass. Both of you.
We're all safe, Roland. That's what matters.
Yeah. So I hope the whole like on-call thing didn't mess around with Ray's weekend too much.
I bet you it really screwed him up. He was acting like it.
So I know he was gonna. I think Friday night he was going out to do something with his parents.
I think on Friday night he did manage to do his thing. I think it was really just Saturday fucked him up.
It's funny because I normally have teams muted on the weekend. All of a sudden I get like these like a bunch of stuff, and I'm like, wait, what's going on? And I look at it, I'm like, ah, crap.
If I'm being fair, I have the engineer chat muted all the time, and I just keep like my regular channels open and available.
I was just.
Yeah, I don't think they really need us on
Doesn't
weekends,
matter.
so I don't think it really matters.
I'm sorry. We should have been here.
Yeah, for in terms of
No,
standard
no,
service
it's
desk,
not
you know,
your
endpoint
fault.
engineers,
I shouldn't have shouted.
you guys aren't typically on call
Thank you.
unless you're like covering
For
for
saving me.
somebody.
And the Tyranids.
In which case, like, usually it's just the on-call staff. Which is just me, Ray, Joel, Campbell, Nate.
I've lashed out at you, drunkenly and otherwise.
Soon
and
to
you
be
helped anyway. You didn't deserve
Mr.
that. I'm sorry.
Joe.
And
Oh
thank
yeah,
you.
isn't that the new guy?
You went out of your
Yeah, Joe
way to
Barrow.
help us.
Yeah.
It's only right you get
He'll be
something in
on call.
return. Here.
It's funny because I feel like
Yes. It helps.
I keep forgetting that he's there.
Joe Farrow? Yeah, he's a pretty quiet guy.
I think yeah, other than the first like time Chelsea or not Chelsea, Kelsey had brought him around to say hi to everybody. I think that's like the really only time we've talked.
Yeah, he
I've
was
thanked
saying
you
to me
once
that
already.
he was
Don't be
he couldn't
greedy.
he couldn't go to my thing, but he was saying to me that that was like what really his main chance to like meet everybody, and he was a little bent out of shape that he couldn't do it.
That's a bummer.
As one does.
Oh shit. Oh yeah, that's great tea. Goodbye. Good purchase. I'll be remembering the name of this one. It's like a blueberry acai flavor.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I'm trying to find a good coffee. So that's gonna be my next thing, is trying to figure out like what I actually like.
Too dangerous.
Yeah, that's going to be one of those ones that I want to look into a little bit more as well. There's
Coffee
plenty.
stuff?
Yeah, I've never owned like a lot of proper coffee stuff. You know, I've owned the I've owned the old Keurig. I've had a bake a whole ass pot, but those were from years ago. I mean, I still have the Keurig. I just don't use it because I haven't had K-Cup coffee in a fat minute. Not that I think there's anything wrong with it, it's just not as good. Like, if I have time on the weekend to, you know, do all of these things, I certainly have time on the same weekend to do a pour-over or something.
Yeah, I didn't get into coffee until I literally started working here.
Yeah.
I was never a big fan of it. It was weird, though, because I always loved the smell of coffee, but I hated the taste of it.
There you go. That's
It's like, it smells amazing, I love it, but I just didn't like the taste. And I tried, you know, back when the pumpkin spice latte had come out, I'd tried, you know, Starbucks, and I was like, I don't really like it. And then, on a whim, I was like, you know what, I actually have realized I had $10 on a Dunkin' card. I was like, you know what, let me just try something. It's like, it wasn't too bad. Kind of tried a couple other things. I'm like, I actually like this.
I'm considering myself blessed. I don't have to go without my daily Dunkin'. There's one 3 minutes from me.
That's
I have so much stuff here. It's great. But you want to know what I don't have, and I'm really bent out of shape about it? Where's my fucking White Castle? You're telling me I moved to a whole ass other state and I still don't have White Castle?
Shit. I was not super impressed when I had White Castle. I was like, it's okay.
It is absolutely garbage. Definitely don't feel like you're missing out on anything. However, when it's like 11 p.m. and you're cocked, or if it's like 11 p.m. in general and you're just hungry, then White Castle is the move. Nothing is better, in my opinion, than like 3 a.m. White Castle when you're just completely gone. That was my Vegas experience in a nutshell.
So basically the whole Harold and Kumar thing is real?
Exactly. Yeah. There's nothing better.
I just love how Neil Patrick Harris is playing the character of Neil Patrick Harris.
He is.
It's funny because for the longest time, I didn't know he was gay. Because he always plays like the super, like, straight, masculine. Well, not masculine, but like.
He does. No, he plays. Yeah.
So I was like, oh, all right. And then someone's like, he's gay. I'm like, really? And I looked it up. I'm like, oh.
I think he gets a kick out of it. I think it's really a hoot for him. Like, he just plays like the straightest man in the universe.
Mm-hmm. Like Barney Stinson.
Yep.
And that sort of just like became him. He kind of got like typecast into it.
Yeah, he did.
It's funny because I'm trying to think of like, do I know anything other than that he's been in, other than How I Met Your Mother?
I'm trying to remember. There's some movies that I know of that I've seen that they were like not very memorable.
Mm-hmm. I'm thinking about it. I'm like, I haven't seen.
There's one big one that I'm trying to remember that he was in too. That I just can't. I mean, obviously Harold and Kumar. Let's see. God, he's older than I thought he was. Dude's 51. He was in Starship Troopers.
Oh yeah, Dr. Horrible sing-along blog.
That's right. It was Doogie
this?
Howser. He was in Malcolm in the Middle, wasn't he?
I don't think so. Why? Oh, they just call it acting credits instead of his Starship Troopers. Oh, that was the one.
Dr. Horrible was the big one that I was thinking about.
maybe he did a bunch of voices. The Smurfs.
Oh no, look at his whole...
Yep, a bunch of animated kid stuff. Gone Girl. The Matrix Resurrections.
He was not in Malcolm in the Middle. Fucking, what's his name? Looks exactly like him, though. The dude who plays, the oldest brother.
Played Barney Stinson in Family Guy.
How I Met Your Mother?
Well, no, he played that character in Family Guy.
In some Family Guy parody, yeah. I don't know shit about Family Guy. Not anymore. I did when I was younger. Oh, emergency! Be right back.
Good. Its music might help restore him. Show it to him.
Daniel! He's still trapped there. He needs help.
Calm. Breathe. You've been trapped in the Shadowfell for a century. Take a moment to clear your mind.
A century? You're Halsin. Daniel said to find you. You must help him, please.
I will, but I need to know where Daniel is. If I venture into the Shadowfell blind, I will never find him.
I'm not sure I can put it into words. The landscape there shifts and changes. Lavender. Whenever I saw Daniel, I always smelled lavender.
I can work with that. Rest now. Meet me by the lakeshore. I have what we need to proceed, but I'll need your help. Be ready. This may prove perilous.
It's my middle name. And short rest left.
Gathered an entire army. Was one lost soldier among thousands?
Reinforced walls.
Oh, we'll short rest.
More than prepared.
Got to have a plan first. Got to trust your hero to come up with it. I don't. I do. That's why we're still around. You're here. Good. Now we can begin. Daniel is trapped in the Shadowfell, but thanks to your efforts, I know where to look. Now I must go there, alone. No. This opportunity has been 100 years in the making. It has to be me. And only me.
No,
but I didn't bring you here to witness an old druid's grandstanding. You have a part to play in this, and I trust you will play it well. With the Oakfather's blessing, I can infiltrate the Shadowfell, but doing so will sap my strength. I'll need your help if I'm to return. I need you to stay here, keep the portal open until I return, and defend it at all costs. No. If there's any I'd rather have you by my side. It took me years of study, of seeking the Oakfather's favor, to find a way to part the veil. Pray that the Hear me. Aid me. Force open the jaws of darkness. Make passage for your vessel of light. It's ready. I'll return with Thaniel as soon as possible. Stay close to the portal. Buy me what time you can.
The pride of the gate.
The blade will not bend. On the way. This is my time.
I'm heating up. Count on me.
Time to strike.
Need to stay focused.
Bless everybody. Do not have bless? Oh, there it is.
never dauntless.
Knees high.
Time to strike. Let my name be known. What's the plan?
Oh, that was a mistake.
Give Yankee warriors. Well, ex-give Yankee to the accurate.
That was unexpected.
Alright, do I want to throw another fireball?
Yeah, always.
We should be able to take all these guys out.
With a sneaking suspicion that I'm coming down with something, which really is not a good showing for having just left and taken a week off. But if I'm coming down with something, if I'm sick, I'm sick, and they're gonna have to get over it.
Crap, I didn't mean to do that. Messed up.
Gods, it's hot in here. Say bye-bye. Moving.
I've had like weird congestion, like almost sinus infection, like without the sinus headache. And like a cough this entire time, and I always thought it was my allergies.
Has it been like a scratchy throat and a like a dry cough?
Not really a dry cough, but whenever I get like a really bad like allergy like week, which is rare, but like something triggered this, then I will get like a sinus infection in short order. I'm just surprised that I don't have like a sinus headache or anything. And blowing my nose, and apologies about being disgusting, the mucus is not yellow, indicative of a sinus infection. I don't even have a doctor here yet. I have to go to like an urgent care clinic and all that poor shit to get antibiotic. I guess my pharmacy is Walmart, because they don't have a Flynn's around here, obviously. Flynn's was always my pharmacy.
That's just level 1. Might as well.
Oh shit, and I have to call Dr. Bravo tomorrow? Fuck. More ways of siphoning money out of me. These places. Still owe the foot doctor back in Pittsfield like $100.
Oh, these guys just keep spawning. Luckily, you're all bunching up. You...
No holding back.
Another fireball.
Playing with Joel and Ray the other day, or no, my friend Anthony and Ray the other day, I got reminded of "Come out with your hands up." One of my favorite Hunt Showdown moments was Nick going, "Come out with your hands up."
We got our asses kicked.
Yeah, that happens. Talk shit, get hit. You know.
You're a big boy. Oh. What do I want? I'm threatened. Can I push you out
But
of
that and Deader Than Shit are my favorite Hunt Showdown memories. You guys weren't around for Deader Than Shit.
Folks, I'm gonna attack too. Just jump up here. Nope, that's not what I do.
I gotta check to see if there's any gamers at EMA. I'm gonna get them involved with Hunt Showdown.
not no failure.
Ooh, a Goron. What's he got for me? Green potion. I don't use magic. I don't need green potion. I could use like a fairy in a bottle though. That would be sick. Maybe he'll be on the next restaurant.
Oh, because I'm using the wrong fucking thing. Okay.
Jesus fuck.
Oh, this guy is a little fucking wasted. I'll leave you here in case someone else spawns. Two guys.
Now this is my happy place.
Victory awaits. On the move. Talk to me.
It's done. I have him.
Yay, we saved the kid. He's not a kid.
Something's wrong. Dreadfully wrong. No. It can't be. No. But some part of him is...
Yeah, and I know where that kid is.
He's... hollow. I need to examine him back at the camp. Come see us when you can.
Just walk through the fire. That's a lot of bodies to loot. You gonna die before you get there, Halson?
Holy fuck. Come on, dude. For fuck's sake.
I love surprises.
Crap, I didn't do that.
Oh, you can just hit him when he does that. That's good to know. Ugh, you know who I haven't heard from in a fat minute? Jeff Engel from Reaction Systems. Haven't heard from him in a long time. I'll have to check up on him.
Name sounds familiar. I've dealt with him before.
Yeah, I'm sure. He's the owner of that company. But he, like, I got them onboarded But there was a couple things that he wanted to have done for CMMC, and so Ted and I pushed him to the gap assessment, and then like no remediation tasks came through from the gap assessment, which was really concerning. So the only thing I can think of is that he did really, really well, and he's got a good score, and doesn't actually need all this stuff done that he thinks he needs done, which then will just turn his stuff into net admin tasks. I do not know, but I'm gonna have to schedule an on-site with him too. I'm just get an on-site with all of our Colorado clients just to see what's up.
And everybody? Talking about the shadows.
Two steps at a time.
There for the taking. Victims of the curse. At least they were granted a proper burial.
Wow, what the fuck?
This looks like something's gonna be up here. Some perception is here.
What's that?
All effort, no reward.
Let's march! Someone keep this flaming fist's face in. Grim.
Ooh, shield of scorching reprisal. See with melee attack, use your reaction to knock it prone unless they succeed. Scary. What is this? Tunnel behind your shield to increase your armor class by 1 and root scorching retaliation on attackers who miss you.
Sharp as ever.
I don't remember if this was the last room of this section. Nope, that's right. I forgot about these fuckers.
Where am I needed? One move ahead.
Wait. And Flat is still alive, that bitch.
Gotta have my money.
Oh yeah, then there's the desert rooms.
Let's go back to room 4. No. Ancient Forge.
Jesus Christ.
I love surprises. Heading out.
Take damage there.
Okay. Restroom. And it's the bitch who wants to just sell me dick guns. Horrible.
No use. It's blocked.
Actually, I guess it's not that bad because they can. Actually, I'm gonna try to use them.
Do I have the ore? I do not have the ore. Who has the ore? Actually, I do have the ore.
God. Jesus, what I wouldn't give for a fucking blue potion. Go on. End me. Go on, end me so I can get restocked.
I'm gonna send that to Shadow.
I'm ready.
Ugh, I still have like 500 enemies to kill for the next reward. Ugh.
A hero at heart.
Well, I guess I better see what this guy's all about.
Might as well rest. During my first playthrough of this game, I missed a ton of content because I didn't long rest enough.
Oh.
Because there's a lot of like story events that are triggered by, you know, like you're sleeping, so you end for the day.
Yeah.
The thing was, is for the first, like, I don't know, 28 hours, I was under the impression that, like, because you have this little, like, tadpole in your head, it's going to turn you into a mind flayer. And they sort of emphasize it in the beginning of the game. It's like, you only really have a couple days. So I kind of got it stuck in there early on that, like, you don't want a long rest because it'll bring you close to, like, death. Turns out that was not at all. But you have, like, camp scenes is what they call them. So when you hit, like, certain points, you'll play, like, a cutscene when you go to camp. Problem is they don't, like, stack the cutscenes. So basically you have to long rest, which uses resources to get a cutscene, and then you have to long rest again to get the next one.
Keeping pace.
So things kind of, like, get stuck.
The way she leered at me. The blood merchant. I can't get it out of my head. I did what I always did. I let her use me. Why does it feel different to all the other times, then?
I think last time I played this, I had to sit there and, like, for like an hour, basically just sit there and just long rest after each other to trigger all of the cutscenes. It's like, I only probably have to do this once or twice. It's like 10 times.
Yes. I think something is wrong. There's nothing more desirable in the world than a vampire, is there? Haven't you been through all I have? You damn well are going to fight with what few assets the gods give you. But a part of me feels sick when I think about getting on my back
50.
for breadcrumbs again.
That's a great way for grinding rupees. They banned my fast spin attack? What kind of shit is that?
All the promiscuous jibes paint a picture of someone who had relished the deed. You couldn't really have known. I had nothing at all for so long. Not even my body. That was owned by Cazador. To be sent out to tempt fools into his palace. I have bedded thousands of people. Half of them I barely remember. Most of them didn't even grant me temporary bliss. I thought it would be nothing at all to sell myself to that drow's fantasies. But the price was higher than I imagined. I don't want to do it again. I can stop using myself. Stop being used. It isn't worth the scars anymore.
No.
We should catch up.
I was hoping to speak to you, as a matter of fact. About the night you were kind enough to keep this melancholy wizard
Alright,
company.
I don't know how many that was. I hope it was 50.
I wanted to thank you.
55.
I was sinking into a dark place. But you reminded me there is still light in the world, if I should care to look for it. You may well have prevented me from doing something very rash in the near future.
Reduce the damage I
myself lucky to call
receive,
you
but
a
it
friend.
costs rupees.
Careful. I may just take you up on that.
he do that? How can
yes.
he do
Karsus.
that? He says
Karsus
he can enhance
was
my
perhaps the
bonds,
most
but he
powerful
doesn't offer
wizard
this
that ever
service
lived.
to me.
The child who would be a god, the elves called him. And he tried. With a spell of his
there's
own
the improved
devising,
cursed helmet.
he endeavored to usurp in one fell swoop the power of the goddess of magic. Mistral, she was called then. Imagine what it must have felt like to be a god, to know yourself, to be untouchable, to be mistaken. As Karsus aimed his spell at her, she began to unravel, and with her, the entire weave. Too late did he realize what he had unleashed. It would have been the end of everything had not Mistral sacrificed herself. The goddess of magic is all magic. By dying, the entire weave was lost, and the spell that challenged a god failed. It was the end of Mistral, the end of Karsus, and the end of an entire civilization. As the child who would be a god was turned to stone, his empire came crashing down around him. The floating cities of Netheril were no more. An event that came to be known as Karsus's folly.
Upgraded cursed helmet. Boy. Oh. That's not bad.
If it takes the death of a god to stop you, I'd say your ambition has gotten somewhat out of hand. Not that I'm one to talk, of course. Now, so many centuries later, I try to follow in the footsteps of Karsus. Not to destroy Mistra, but to prove my love for her. Try to control only a fraction of the magic that was unleashed that fateful day. I merely sought to return one tiny diamond to an imperfect crown. Gale's folly, one might call it. History, repetition. It's the way things go. She expects those who seek to use... I doubt she wouldn't ask such a thing if it weren't our only means of survival. Truth, if anything, I feel more at peace. As for Elminster, he saved the realms more...
Shah's blessings upon you. Fine. What's on your mind?
Hey, you.
What's this now?
Would you look at this place? Such a pastoral escape. free of predators, annoyances, obligations.
58!
One, accepted of course. We made a bargain, sweet stuff, and I've come to collect.
Follow me again and I'll eat you. Not really the character I want to be doing this with, but we'll see if I get advantage. Ooh, that is.
You think my mind's so flaccid? I will crack your bones and suck their marrow.
Good place to save. And perfect, my tea is gone.
So we got these two.
Alright. I am going to pop off. So good evening.
Alright, you too, Chris.
The dance macabre.
Time to strike.
Well, hello.
Darling?
I am neither dead nor
Heading
undead,
out.
neither alive nor unliving.
I don't get it.
Thou wilt.
Hey, you. I made it. Easy peasy. You find Mum and Pops?
Alright, guys, it's just the two of us tonight. I'm at F5 here real quick.
No. No, no, no. I don't believe you. It isn't true. It isn't. Get away from me. Go.
Thou hast now a bosom companion. Take care that thou art not distracted on thy quest, seeking the comforts of the flesh.
Excuse me?
Recall that in time, all becomes dust and bone.
Oh, it's too hilarious.
Leave.
I'm sorry, Arabella. Hope you alright, girl. Not gonna talk about what happened last night?
Hey, you.
Nobody's gonna talk about last night?
May the darkness protect you.
Alright. Let's do a couple more long rests to see if anything pops out. 'Cause I have a feeling it will. Let's talk to Halson. This is what I needed. Boo-ah-oo.
Thaniel is resting, but it's no easy slumber. I discovered what's wrong with him. The shadows rendered him in two when they bore him away to the Shadowfell. Half of his essence remained here, amidst the curse. What stayed behind would have been the strongest part of him. But after all these years left in the darkness, corruption must have taken hold. It's both simple and not. We need to find Thaniel's missing half and make him whole again. Only the missing half may not come willingly. The curse will have sunk its tendrils deep, twisting Thaniel's essence into something else. And you saw this boy yourself? That can't be a coincidence. But we need to be sure. And I truly mean we, if you wish. Every moment counts, and I've asked much of you already without being at your side. This doesn't have to be your burden alone. Every moment counts, and I've asked much of you already without being at your side. If you want me, I'm yours. Against the curse, against the absolute. Anything. Just say the word. Good. Now, whatever shall it be?
I don't know, I've never played a druid before. There. Spores. These are just prepared spells.
Let's see.
You really have nothing. Right. Saber-tooth tiger.
A hero at heart.
Dunk, anything you want to say? Anytime.
A word, if I may.
Chat with her real quick. See if she's still pissed off or not.
I don't believe it.
Breathe, child. Resist not the winds of change. Let them carry thee.
No.
I'm sorry, girl.
Listen. Dost thou not hear it? Where creation meets ruin, where morning meets midnight, the root of all being. Balance.
They're dead. I can't. Balance.
Your very soul is tangled in shadow. Arabella's magic, wild as cursed briar. Her talent is now yours too.
The girl must learn the ways of the arcane, but she shan't remain here. Arabella holds a power beyond reckoning, that of the decaying forest and the seedling that bore it. But it is unbalanced. Her yoke is already heavy. If she walks thy path, it will surely break. Arabella will depart once thou dost leave these accursed lands. She will find her way safely. Thus, it is fated.
Bowman, you're making me leave.
Fear not, girl. The weave knows thy purpose. It will guide thee, if thou dost listen.
You feel her grief fade as if it were your own. There is a lightness in her now, veiling the power within, soothing it.
Is that my future? Is that why they died?
It is.
It's wonderful. Thank you, Bowman, for being nice. If there are people like you around, perhaps everything will be all right. If Bowman says I'll be all... I wish it was different. I wish Mum and Pops was here. I don't feel so strong. Or anything, really. Just tired.
Alright, let's grab Wyll.
This vessel is at thy disposal. This so... All right, what now?
Here. Everybody have long strider now? Does Wyll have long strider? Yes, long strider.
Defender of the people.
This vessel is at thy disposal. Do thou art...
Go. Okay, everybody is good to go. All right, so I think that's actually going to be it for me for tonight, guys. So I will see you guys later.
Do I gotta have it? I ain't even playing, got a really bad habit. If it moves, gotta grab it. Fuse like a magnet. Lose, won't have it till I'm doomed in a casket. I ain't playing, got a weird mind. If you work 8 hours, I'ma work 9. If the shit tastes sour, you should taste mine. I'ma stay in power for a long time. Get up, nah, I ain't a quitter. Toss me the ball, I'm a really big hitter. Big picture, I'm a straight killer. Rising the song.